You just had to go through Montecito for burritos.
You find me a place with better burritos, and we'll go there, okay? Oh, hey. Welcome to the Movie Club Podcast.
Hey, look out!
Woo! Now, that's some stuff you'd see in a Hollywood blockbuster. Look, we got ourselves into a bit of a mess, but while I expertly drive us out, you guys enjoy as we talk about the latest in the Fast Saga, F9.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got cars flying in the air?
It's the best. Like, it's just the best. Like, what do you want from me? Like, what did you come here expecting?
I knew this is exactly what you would say.
Of course you knew this is what I was gonna say. Like this. Yo, I get it. And I get this all the time, right? I get the Trae, you're the guy who hates Transformers. You're the guy who hates the Resident Evil movies. You're the guy who's always talking about, but you should be watching the high drama and stuff like that. No, I am able to separate my two loves in different categories. Categories given to me by our shared professor, Cotsington, who created film back in the 1940s. That man, that very same man, taught us the very importance of diversifying our love for film, because there is capital A art, which is stuff to be studied, to stand the test of time, that we always come back to. You know, your Nosferatu. You know what I mean? Yeah. Your. Would you put Indiana Jones in that? I feel like Indiana Jones would go into that.
Some people with us haven't seen any, so.
Oh, yeah, we gotta fix that.
Yeah.
You gotta judge for yourself. Does this stand the test of time, or does it belong in a museum, or not? Then you have your lowercase a art. You know, I believe most action movies, horror movies, comedies all fall between in the lowercase a art category. There are some films that are able to alleviate themselves out of lowercase a into uppercase a, such example, John Wick.
Yeah.
Out of all the action movies, I believe John Wick is able to elevate itself from lowercase a art to uppercase a art.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I need to watch more action movies, but as a baseline, I can agree with that. Plus, like, look at the impact that it's had. Everyone wants to have a John Wick now. Exactly. So, like,
I can't count the many times on my hand that I'm looking at a trailer. I'm like, oh, this is John Wick mix X, and it's, you know, I'm getting annoyed at myself how many times I say that. And I believe, honestly, Fast and Furious as a franchise is the highest tier of lowercase a art. I'm gonna say it.
Capital lowercase
it's
a
capital
art.
Lowercase a art, man. It is. It is, man. Like they're like certain. Just give me a chance, man. Give me a chance.
It's just that whole explanation is just ridiculous, and I love it. It's so fast.
There are certain lines in. Hey, man, look at us. Two brothers from the hood in space.
Hey, look. No one's gonna believe us, right? You know no one's gonna believe us, right? Yeah, you right.
There's moments that, like,
those are the most I think that may be the most normal line in the movie. Mm-hmm. I think that's, out of all the lines and out of everything, I think that's the most normal one.
No, they literally made Tyrese in this entire movie the audience perspective. They literally, there's that moment of clarity where it's just like, yo, we've been through a lot of stuff in a lot of these movies, and we're not dead. And I was like, they really made Tyrese the audience. Like they really like own up to this ridiculousness that's happening right now. But it wasn't like they look, you know what, guys, you know, audience, we're gonna change. Nah.
We know how it is. Tyrese, You just a dumb motherfucker, bro. Take your dumb ass shirt and go on somewhere. Like, they just immediately just like, fuck it.
It was kind of like the line in Tenet where it was just like, when they went through the whole explanation, but look, just don't worry about it. Like,
all right, we covered that base. All right, let's get the super magnetized cars that you can do on command.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way right here. Yes, it's ridiculous.
It is very ridiculous.
Yes, this movie is absolutely insane. Yes, this movie has a lot of undeserved fake outs. I want to say this movie has a lot of undeserved fake outs, starting with Tyrese in that truck.
No, it ain't even there. It ain't even that early or that late. When he's literally surrounded by niggas shooting at him.
Oh yeah.
And it's
No.
Everyone's stormtroopers.
No, see that, because I don't think that was like a deserved. That wasn't a moment where you're like, oh my God, he's dead. Like, you knew he was going to get out of that situation. He wasn't. This is a movie of people driving cars. They're not going to get out by being shot. No. How did Giselle die? She died falling out of an airplane on fire, right? How did Han die? He died in an exploding car. Ain't nobody dying getting shot in this. That's so pedestrian. But there's a moment where when there's like a little mine, is like, it's tension, like, oh, how is Tyrese gonna get out of this? I don't even know. Roman, that's his name. How is Roman gonna get out of this? And the car falls onto the landmine, and it's like a rock comes down, and it lands. You think for a second it lands on him, and I was like, for real, y'all? We 30 minutes. We not even 30. We like 10 minutes into the movie.
10 minutes in.
And you think you gonna give me with the fake out on the death of Tyrese? Bro, I seen the trailers. He going to space. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like, this ain't deserved at all. It's Tyrese. Even if he does die, we not gonna miss him. Like, what do you mean? Ain't gonna be no I will remember you. No, not for Tyrese. So when he walks out, I was just like, yo, this movie is wild. And now then they did the whole thing with Dominic Toretto. I thought, for a half a second I was like, it'd be real crazy if they kill this man right before the last movie, the last quote unquote movie. It'd be real. Oh no, he's getting pulled out water. Oh, he live. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so sitting next to Trae as he watched that, I'm sitting over here looking at this. I feel like I spent more time looking at Trae at how ridiculous this movie was than I did actually watching the movie. Because I noticed
out of my side eye, I was like, he's looking at me again. I look at the movie, man. Don't look at me. Look at the movie. Looks at me. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Look at the movie.
Just imagine like the widest, like, what the fuck is this? With the widest eyes and just looking at this nigga like, really?
He looked at me like my name was Justin Lin and I directed this shit. Like, I didn't.
I'm just like,
Justin Lin just reached in my brain and pulled out all the fun stuff. Like, that's all.
Like, this, they did do some cool shit in here. They did do some cool shit with the fucking magnetized cars. They have that tech.
No, hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done. My list of fake out deaths.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Then we have the final fake out death. Cypher. Who, in my opinion, is the best villain in this entire franchise. It's Charlize Theron as Cypher, and then Idris Elba as Black Superman. Like, it's them two and then everybody else. I don't care. Everybody else, right? Those are the only two. So when the truck, that was the only death I actually cried out, no! Because I was like, you gonna lose. I want her to come back for the finale like Thanos. I want her to have the Infinity Toyota. You know what I mean? Like, I want her to come through. Like, when she came through, it was like, fine, I'll do it myself. I was like, she pulled out the Thanos lines. Like, it was so crazy. And then Dom threw a truck at her. I'm not kidding. Dom throws a truck at her, and then I'm just sitting there like, y'all did not kill the best character. Then she pulled an Iron Man 3. She wasn't there the whole entire time. I'm like, okay, good. Oh, whew. I breathe a sigh of relief.
I heard it. I heard it.
It was fucking audible. I swear to God, I feel like people heard me say, no, not Charlize. Like, I don't care what these people's names are. They're actors are what's important. But no, like, besides those and some things that I'm starting to forget because I'm in the euphoria of how awesome this was. I don't know. We're gonna get more in depth in it, but I'm gonna get my grade out of the way because Justin Lin, you already know what you do. Justin Lin, you start. I think he took over from 4. Well, it feels like 4 on he took over. I might be wrong about that. I don't feel like turning my head to the to the left to verify. But you know what you're doing. You so good they put you on. No, he didn't do. Did he do Aquaman? Was that Justin Lin? I don't think that was Justin Lin.
I want to say no.
Okay.
I want to say no.
I'm not turning my head to verify, so we're just gonna go with that. Somebody tell us in the comments. But I can't tell you nothing. You know, high octane action. I will say I feel like a lot of the stuff. I feel like this franchise is starting to repeat itself, but in different ways. You know what I mean? Like it's starting to repeat a certain thing. Like the very finale of this movie is the very first action stint in the 7th one, right? The whole convoy, big truck. We got to get somebody out of the truck. That just so happens to be the person that we're looking for. That was the thing that we're looking for. Mm-hmm. You remember 7?
I'm trying real
7
hard.
Was when Ramsey got introduced. The chick, the tech chick from this one. The one with the accent, the British accent that couldn't drive. Yeah, that's the one. She got introduced in 7. And that was the one where we also got where Han, we found out Jason Statham killed Han, air quotes. And Jimon Hansu is the bad guy trying to get the God's Eye, right? That movie starts out with them in a convoy. That's when they drive the cars out the plane and then landed on the mountainside. Yeah, that was when that was awesome. And they do the whole, and they even do the whole thing where the truck is about to go off a cliff and Brian has to run. It just went in reverse where Vin Diesel runs from the back of the bus to the front of the bus. Paul Walker's character had to run from the front of the bus to the back of the bus. No, he had to get out the front too. He was running from the front too, and then got out, and then he ran up the side of the truck, and jumped and let it and caught Letty's car. That's what happened. It was literally.
Do you hear this, people? Do you hear this? That's this franchise. That's this. But please continue.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're repeating their action stunts and kind of their storylines. The whole like. The fake deaths of characters and stuff like that, like the whole it could be seen as a little bit repetitive. It's still exciting. I still like these characters and the way that they handle these situations, but you know, there is that to consider. What? Why are you laughing?
Man.
Go say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say.
Man, I was gonna let you finish.
Say what you gotta say. I am finished. Fiend.
This movie is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just terrible dialogue.
What? Come on. I like the dialogue.
Almost here. All the lines in this movie are. I'm just sitting here like, am I having a stroke?
Give me some examples.
The Toretto household at the beginning, pretty much whenever Dom's not talking to the kid, she's like, "This isn't us." And then they're like, then they like bring it back again. It's like, is this us? It's just like every scene
because it's a bookend.
Feels disjointed from every other scene.
Really? Because you literally explained a bookend, how it ties in from the beginning to the end. Like you literally just said how it goes full circle.
It didn't make it good. The line was the delivery of the line. It didn't feel. None of these lines felt really authentic, except for Tej and fucking Roman bullshitting to each other. That was the most real this movie felt to me.
Felt like it was some for this world, like, and for what's going on. It felt real.
And then all the real. Families, real because right. we both know this is ridiculous. Everyone knows it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And with this, I'm talking about within the parameters of this world, of course. It's just like the family stuff, the family message is, I think the message here is while not subtle at all, is still very good. I think it's really good, and it's still, you know, you got to love your family, and you got to take care of your family, and it'll be immortal. Or I think that was one of the lines.
Yeah, family is immortal. Yeah.
So
if
like,
you build it right.
Yeah, you got to build it right, and you got to take care of it. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. That's a good message. I ain't feel a whole lot of it. Really, for me, like I just didn't really feel a lot of it because it's so ridiculous.
I did
like a high level.
A lot. I think it's a lot of the flashback scenes that help me feel that. Honestly, like, cause I feel like the flashbacks almost felt like not even just like flashback into Dom and Jacob's past, but flashback to the first movie where it felt like the first movie again.
Yeah, they even had the Nas gotta wait until the right moment to fucking hit that shit. I was like, okay, now this I fuck with.
See, that was good callbacks. You know what I mean?
That was a good callback.
That's the thing that sets this franchise apart from me from all the other trash franchises. You know what I mean? Is that every single one of the other trash franchises that I've said neglects past characters, neglects past story development, neglects all like story chains in order to just do something new and flashy. At least with this Mission Impossible, freaking I don't know, name any other capital A lowercase a art. What was it? The capital A of lowercase a art type film. Any of those, they actually like improve upon the past one by at least keeping the ball going.
Yeah, instead of picking up a brand new ball.
Exactly.
You gotta have a new shiny ball every time.
Exactly. Like that's something like I know that the dialogue in this shit is stupid.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. This is literally a live action Saturday morning cartoon. That's why the whole part where where Roman's in the building and everybody's stormtrooper shooting around him and he happens to clear all the road. Of course, that's G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
it's fucking G.I. Joe all over, bro.
Like, and that's how they started the movie.
Exactly.
And it just got more ridiculous.
Like, I am waiting for the day. Like everybody predicted space. Space happened. It was as amazing as y'all could think it was. Right? They drove a hoopty into space. No other movie can say that. No other movie can say that they have driven a hoopty into space and made it make some certain amount of sense. Nobody else. I defy you.
A certain amount of sense.
In this movie's logic where cars can fight a fucking submarine. Yes, a certain amount of sense.
I'm just like,
I know you can't actually drive a hoop. I'm not a child.
I'm not saying that.
No, you're not saying it. But the way you fucking look at me.
I'm looking at you because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense at all.
They couldn't even make the shit drop
to 100 feet across the road without
That's because you didn't listen to the rocket scientists. Old Drift King over here decided to go off on his own. Old Jiffy Lube decided to do his own thing, and that's why it kept exploding. He ain't had the ceramic polymers. You weren't paying attention. That's what's wrong with you.
I was paying attention.
No, you weren't paying attention.
I'm just saying
you was ready to hate on this movie from day one.
I really wasn't. This movie was just ridiculous.
See, this is what's wrong with y'all films.
Oh, so that's what this is.
Why can't you just turn your brain off and enjoy the movie?
I did, and then I did. And then they just made me start thinking again.
The shit.
So all right. So before, all right. So let me fast forward to because I'm gonna have to piece this movie back together in my brain real quick. Dominic Toretto and his infinite strength.
Yeah, he was hella Captain America here.
Like, I'm sitting here like, okay, he locks the doors, tries to stop like a million dudes,
yeah,
from getting to his family, and then he stops a million dudes after getting jumped by a million dudes. I'm just sitting here like, are these guys not strong?
For clarification, he is one. I got. See, you keep saying things, and I got to take them in pieces. One, he stops a million dudes by doing one of the greatest tactics in human history, taking the ground out from under them. If you can't fight a million dudes, you fight the environment. Two, it's the ninja theory, dude. We've talked about this. 5 ninjas are weak, 1 ninja is strong. It is the theory. No, this is the theory every action movie goes under, right? You go like you have a 5 minute. You can say like these guys are special forces, top of the line, but that one dude, that ex mafia dude or some shit is gonna be able to just steamroll through all of these guys.
Look, I get it. I do. It's just like. That wasn't what got me. It's that the scene itself continued to elevate. So he's fighting like a reasonable amount of dudes. I mean, even for Fast, he was fighting like 10 dudes at first. And then like, you know, the other 900,000 dudes came in. Beating those 10 dudes, okay, that was fine. Then he starts Captain America pulling chains and pulling shit off of pulling structures down.
This is the same Dominic Toretto that when he stomped his foot in Fast 7 brought down a whole parking garage. Like, come on, bro. You had 7 movies to jump off of. You can't come into 9 with this shit, bro. It's too late. You too far in.
Man,
you too far gone.
When did I want to start this? Because they start here, but this is literally, it's so wild. It's so wild. Like I'm over here like, because they make so many damn Star Wars references in like one of the scenes in
that
here.
That scene literally did drag for me. I was like, yo, this is. Oh, if you say one more Star Wars thing, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. That was a little weak for me. That was a little bit
of a lot. At least she ended it good.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
And,
no.
You know, coming up with the insult that I didn't even see coming.
Charlize Theron.
She did her thing.
She did her thing. Best villain in Charlize Theron, Idris Elba, everybody else, everyone else. I don't care about them.
You know, I can agree with that.
Until Keanu Reeves comes in this movie as a villain, I don't care. Everybody else sucks. This is it. No, but you want to talk about lines? I think the worst line and worst delivery out of this, fucking Cardi B. Like, the script is just there for people to say things.
It is just there for people to just say shit.
But when Cardi B does it, it took me out the movie. I was like, come on, bro.
When the special forces take off their helmets and they're all just bad bitches under Cardi B's command, I'm sitting here like, okay, so this is just even more ridiculous than I feel like I looked at you, but I feel like I didn't. At the same time, I feel like I was just kind of done. And I was just like, I'll be back for the next scene. I'll be back for the next scene.
Oh, God. I dreamt Cardi B was in this movie. Like,
I was just like, you know what? I will just tune out for this scene and come back next scene.
Her delivery was
You're gonna need
so
this.
bad.
He's got this gun has his biometrics. Like, what?
You're never gonna have trouble finding him again. It's just like the way she said, because everybody know how Cardi B fucking talks.
Yeah, it wasn't like a delivery. It was just her talking.
I am literally glad that they just kept this cameo to like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
like it was like she wasn't the Kevin Hart to this movie. You know what I mean? Where he kept coming back. At least it's fucking Kevin Hart, right? But this, no. That said, I want more John Cena.
I knew you were gonna say. I was hoping you would say that.
I want more John Cena.
You want more Jacob?
He was a spectacular villain. He was great. He is in the long line, and the only reason he didn't make the list is because he's no longer a villain.
Yeah, he's no longer a villain.
One of the things that made me like laugh out loud, like I tried to control myself during this movie so bad, I really did, and you did not help. There was a comment somewhere, somehow, I can't remember where I got this from, so I can't give credit to where credit is due. But it was like, how long till John Cena's character becomes good and he's having Coronas around the family table again? And I was like, damn, it might at least be, because I was like,
30
yo,
minutes.
that's cool. It might be, he might come back in 10. It was the end of this movie. Like he might as well have been the last seat
30
to come
minutes.
in. Like that was expected. Like, but still everything up to that, he is in a long list of people who apparently we believe Vin Diesel can beat up. Because you want to talk about when you lost me. When Dominic Toretto had a fist fight with Hobbs in 5, I was like,
You are a mechanic and you drive cars. He is a spy.
No, not even that. I've seen, you can't make some, like, you have to get somebody believable for the role. I have seen The Rock lift buildings. This is not a joke. This is not hyperbole. I have seen The Rock lift buildings. So I do not believe Vin Diesel can beat The Rock. So therefore, I cannot believe Dominic Toretto can beat Hobbs. Because it's Hobbs. Like, I could believe Deckard Shaw, Jason Statham's character, could beat Hobbs. Why? Because they have two different fight styles. It's like an outboxer versus an inboxer. You know what I'm saying? Like, an outboxer fights on the outside of the ring. You know what I mean? Like, he probably got longer reach. So he come here, he hit you with that chin. You can't do nothing about it because infighters are usually short arm, stubby dudes. More like me. It'd be like me against you, right? I gotta come into your reach. For Deckard Shaw could come into your reach, hit you with them light feather taps, boom, boom, bow. Deckard Shaw, he just gotta grab you. Like, at least when Idris Elba was the villain, he was a souped up villain. Like, he was
Black Superman.
He had nanotechnology or whatever, right?
All he needed was a laser.
It made sense. He could have been the Kano of that film.
He really could have.
It made
that was all he was missing.
Sense. Right? Again. I know, I'm going to say that
word. It made sense within the Fast universe.
I'm going to say that word. That word doesn't mean what it usually means in actuality, right?
When discussing the Fast and Furious franchise, when you think about things that have common sense, you have to think within the framework of the movie.
There you go. So, I believe, like, I don't believe these people could be, but still fun, still great, still fucking Fast and Furious. Like,
it's the most Fast and, like, they have to find a way to take it up a notch every time. And literally the only thing they have to do for the last one, the one thing they have to do before they end this franchise is, 1, name it Fast Forward so I can be right, and 2, time travel. That's all they got to do. That's it.
See,
that's it. That's all I want.
We've been saying this for the longest time, right?
That's all I want.
But now I'm jumping off of that train.
See, he's betraying me.
I'm jumping off that train. I'm jumping off the train.
What about family?
Because I want them to join the Hasbro universe. I'm never gonna get the Mask film. Yes, dude. Look. There's this franchise called Mask, right? Mobile Armor Strike Command with a K, right? It's all about these two factions of dudes. There's Chaos and the Mask team, and they fight each other with transforming vehicles. So it's like this is a motorcycle, but it transforms into like a helicopter or some shit, or it's a helicopter that transforms to a jet. It's a car that also transforms into a jet. Right, but they also wear these masks and they have mask powers or some shit, right?
Okay.
Fuck all that. Just put Dominic Toretto and his crew with a magnet cars and just put them in there and just make them in the mask vehicles. That's all you gotta. And like, this is literally like I said, this is a Saturday morning Hasbro cartoon made in live action. They've tried with G.I. Joe, Transformers. They've been talking about for a long time doing Round the Space Night, Visionaries, Mask, all of the Hasbro properties. And yet Fast and Furious has been doing it since they went from an indie film to a Hasbro universe film in 9 movies. They got their own. In fact, one of the things I'm mad about is the connection between this and like their new spinoffs, Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw established like a whole villain organization with Etion. I feel like there was some connections here with Etion. Like, I'm wondering like so like the bad guy Otto, right, who is working with Jacob, right? I feel like he hired all of his goons. I wanted those to be like Etion goons so that we could have some connection with them, because I feel like Cypher was connected with them at one time. She even says to Jacob, she says, see, this is why I wish I was like Steven and wrote things down. But she says this line that Idris Elba says at the beginning of the movie. the shock to the system. He calls himself the shock to the system. When she's having that interrogation with Jacob, she goes, what do you think? You're a shock to the system? Or what are you going to do with the power? You think you're going to become a shock to the system? Something like that. I'm like, there's a connection there. Like because when you writing this shit, I mean, you know, I'm putting a little bit too much thought into a Fast and Furious movie, but
you put a lot. You're trying to connect some dots there.
I am,
and they're just dots.
They are dots, but we got one more movie, quote unquote, until we get Tales of the Fast and Furious, which is gonna be the rest of the spinoffs for everybody else. When we get a Ramsey movie and shit, right?
Ramsey learning how to drive.
Look, all I'm saying is that Hobbs and Shaw was able to get their shine. I want everybody else to be able to get their shine too. I need spinoffs from all these characters because I like these characters so much. I believe they could be.
Movie.
I would watch the shit
movie.
out of that. I would watch the shit out of that, bro. Cause it be head in that, it be the mouth and the hands, man. It be the mouth and the hands. Like Tej will get them into some kind of crazy stuff, and then you know you got Tej being the smart dude, and his two brothers just doing crazy stuff. Yeah, I would watch that. I would watch a Santos and Leo's movie. The dudes that only talking Spanish in the movies is always blowing stuff up, and they always argue with each other. Yeah, well, you so negative. You always negative. I love those dudes. I love every time they come back, even a little bit. I'm like, yes, I love those two. Is it illusion or is it reality? I was like, yes.
It's whatever you want it to be. I knew I was right, and they both say it.
I feel like the dude they got to play young Dominic Toretto, they had to modulate his voice. That ain't his real voice.
It really ain't. I feel like the dude who played, or like the dude who played their dad, I feel like that wasn't his real voice. I think it sounded kind of like John Cena.
Maybe. I don't know. I ain't pay attention to his voice. I was focused on young Dominic Toretto.
I thought John Cena was talking, and I look up, and it is not John Cena. It was definitely the dad talking. I'm like, nigga, you are not John Cena. I can see you.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just crazy.
I don't know. That didn't hit me as hard as young Dominic Toretto, because that dude
didn't sound right either.
Because it's just they had to try to get him to match so much, and you just can't match that deep voice register.
Neither one of them niggas looked like John Cena or Vin Diesel as kids. The dude who was Vin Diesel was closer to Vin Diesel than the dude
that was like
John Cena
Jacob could have been. Jacob in it.
I feel like he could have been, but I feel like there was a little bit of work there.
Probably.
I feel like there was a bit
some
of work there.
Post digital shit maybe.
Because they did the young to old wipe, and then he had harsh shadows. And
you want me to say something that's gonna make you mad?
Say something that's gonna.
You want me to say something that's gonna make you mad?
Say something that's gonna make me mad.
This movie is the Kakashi and Obito fight of the Fast and Furious series.
Give me a moment to process.
People, I went way
but
out of
with
pocket.
cars?
But with cars, yes. I think that's the only thing they were missing was during like a final showdown of them like just on the road. It flashes back to that bridge scene where it's just and they just it was more complicated.
They put it in the wrong place instead of having it for Dom's life flashing before his eyes.
If the race was more than for pink slips, if it had been like through the town or whatever, then they could have done something like that where it's just like you go by one building and it's the past, then you go by another one, it's the present, but they're doing kind of like the same moves or whatever in the cars.
Yeah, they got the same hand move, gear shifting.
That would have been like some nice cut right there. That would have been some nice cuts.
That actually would be pretty cool. Just visually, that'd be. Yeah.
That would have been nice.
That would have been.
Justin Lin could have done it. Why did you do it? Oh,
they took it back to Fast 1 instead of taking it to something like.
You're right.
I feel like that would be more like Tokyo Drift or even 2,
4.
I think 2 was when they that was with Roman and Brian, right? Mm-hmm. Were they racing through towns in that one?
No,
I think that was like a mission, right?
Yeah, they had they were racing in Florida or whatever. 4 was when Brian had to reinfiltrate the La Braga, and they were racing with the GPS through the towns, and it was him and Toretto going through the. I am a fan of this series, bro.
I'm sitting here like, yeah, I definitely forgot that. The one I remember the most is Tokyo Drift because I've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Plus, it was on TV and shit all the time. I was like, Drift.
I bought the Blu-ray collection of this series. This is what I want you to understand. I bought the Blu-ray collection of this with the DVD, with the Blu-ray. I think it's Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy, so that I could put it on my movies anywhere, and I can just watch fast whenever I want to. Lickety split.
The one thing, aside two things.
Okay.
One. So Han came back. They kind of sort of explained it.
Oh, yeah, in the most bullshit way possible, yes.
And then it was just like, well, Han was there, but that wasn't really Han. But they really explained it. But you know what? I ain't really expect an explanation anyway.
I don't really think they said it wasn't Han.
So it's just like...
It was like they got him out before the car exploded or something. Honestly, they didn't really explain. They didn't explain it. Like you said, in the most hand-waving way possible. Like, it was like Kurt Russell. They just went. He just goes up to Kurt Russell and was like, "That was some nice magic trick." Just saying it was a magic trick that it just happened, better. Right? And it was just hand-wavy. You know what I mean? Just like don't look too bored about it. We couldn't figure out a way that was technical or anything. This ain't the spaceship. This ain't the ceramic polymer. Just watch the damn movie.
Fucking Han is alive and he's got a little girl. One, and then the other thing with Han.
Okay, yeah, you. This is one of the moments you looked at me. You was like, "What?" And I think you audibly went, "What?" Because I was like, "What's wrong with this?" So explain.
Okay.
This.
So Han gets his backstory, and all this is part of this backstory, which is a whole other side story of him having a secret mission. The whole reason Tokyo Drift happened, basically, or his role in Tokyo Drift, is he has the other piece of the thing that they're looking for. His mission is to go get that shit in Tokyo, and he's supposed to steal it from these scientist niggas who get killed, and then he's had the daughter's there. She doesn't get killed, and he wants to save her because the niggas is about to come and take the other piece of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
He jumps. They find her. He jumps in the way and gets shot, and then shoots those guys. He could have just shot those guys.
He did shoot those guys.
He did after jumping. Like it was the way he literally jumped on the floor and then was shot and then shot these guys, and it's like Rose.
And he jumped on a dude or some shit like that. Like he was also fighting a dude.
Was he?
Yeah. That was the reason why he was on the ground.
Maybe I was just like, what the? I don't know.
You was like, I'd have left that look.
That shit was a little wild. That shit was a little wild.
Yeah, the whole movie's wild.
For a fact, wild. Whatever. That's whatever. And the other thing that I didn't like is my man Drift.
Mm-hmm.
He a damn. I don't even know anymore. He ain't drifting.
He's still a mechanic, yeah, but he just ain't in the driver's seat right now.
He ain't driving. I want him to be driving. I wanted everybody to be driving.
Tales of the Fast and Furious. And then you go get Return to Tokyo Drift or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We on the same page. We want more spinoffs. We want more Fast. We're furious that there won't be any more Fast. Yes, I understand.
Those, along with the other ridiculous things, those were the most wild things to me. Also, how did Tej and fucking Roman get back to Earth? I mean, niggas found them, but how?
They said they were up there for weeks, so they probably planned like a return trip, or maybe it was just coincidentally when they were returning to Earth.
But there have to be questions.
Do there?
Governments are like, okay, how the fuck did you get here?
Oh yeah, they're probably detained and shit like that.
Who sent you?
And then Mr. Nobody's organization be like, hey, they're with us.
All right. I mean, I left it, but I'm just. I guess the runtime was running low, so we ain't have a little short clip of them niggas again.
They were up there. They got back. Like that was all that was for real. That was all that was necessary.
I guess.
As long as they ain't try to drive the car back and didn't have to explain re-entry, like it's all they do that.
Like I'm sitting here the whole time. I'm sitting here like, okay, how are they gonna get back?
As soon as I saw the space station, I was like, oh okay.
Like, I mean, at that point, I was like, okay, they're just gonna have him come back with the space station. But I was like, what was the plan before this? Was there no plan?
I have
just
no
send
idea.
the 2 niggas into space?
Literally no idea.
Wow.
Yeah. That wasn't the most well thought out plan ever. I feel like it had something to do with the magnets that they were going to use.
Maybe, but they grabbing shit from across the street. I mean, they pulling shit through buildings. But I don't know if it's going up to space. I mean, maybe if they make like a big super magnet, maybe.
No, not like they're going to use the magnets to pull the car back down. I feel like they're going to use the magnets on whatever that thing that they crashed into and force that back down to Earth, thus by destroying themselves with reentry. Again, I don't fucking know what the plan was. They didn't go through the whole plan.
I think that was the plan, to use the magnets to disable the thing, and then I assume ride it down and like aim for the ocean, I guess. That's what I was expecting. And then it was just like, no, we're gonna crash through it.
But then they failed because the magnet thing failed.
Yeah. I mean that was fine.
See,
that plans go
right.
right.
You gotta follow the logic, bro. You gotta follow
connect
the logic.
dots that are not supposed to be lines. I'm gonna leave it because they left it. I'm gonna leave it. It's okay. This movie, because I haven't given my grade yet.
They went to space, Shakis. This is what we asked for. They gave us what we asked for. Did you not ask for this? Man, it'd be crazy if they go to space and now they went to space. You like, nigga, how they go to space?
I'm not like, how they go to space. One, how the hell did they go to space? They had a rocket scientist this time, so it worked. But now I'm just like, how'd they get back? It's like they threw it away. They threw it away. Is what they did.
Shakis,
and
this is what I find insane, is that you're trying to find logic.
It's just that there is
something you asked for, as if knowing there was not gonna be any logic. That's like asking, right? for chocolate with nuts. Right? It's like, man, when I get this chocolate bar, it's gonna have nuts. It's gonna be crazy as fuck. Then you eat the chocolate bar with nuts. It's like, how the fuck they get nuts in this shit? It's like, nigga, you asked for this.
I kind of explained that, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fast. It's 9. Whatever.
Yo, we're 40 minutes in, bro. What is your grade? What is your grade?
My grade. This is a C+ movie. This is a C+ movie.
Okay.
But this is a B fast movie.
Really?
This is a B fast movie. It's entertaining. It's a little wild. The whole navigating around Paul Walker thing is still like a real tight line that they kind of play with it enough. It's like, okay, what happened with the kid at the beginning? He's with Brian.
I thought about it during the movie. It was like, yeah, dead guy actually really convenient for plot lines. Like, that was real.
Right. I'm sitting here like, okay. And then at the end they have we got one seat missing, but Brian isn't there, and we know that the brother shows up at the end, or maybe it's Brian.
That's Brian, because it's the type of car that he usually drives in the series.
See,
yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot. Okay, so Brian. Okay, that's fine. Okay, little brother didn't show up for Coronas with the bros.
No. The Corona moment was the him giving him the car, and telling him, driver, somebody gave me a 10-second car. Now I'm returning the favor. Yeah.
Which I feel like he got 2 cars, because he took the car that Han had in the movie, and they used that to lift the convoy and crash it. Which was wild. And
hold up, you want to talk about, now they kind of explained this, but you want to talk about something I was like, in the beginning, I was like, yo, come on now. Was the father's explosion? I was like, this is that Michael Bay shit where car hits anything and it just explodes into a giant fireball.
Yeah, they did an explanation of that too.
With some car signs that I don't understand because I'm not a car person.
Any of that shit.
So possibly that could be a thing that happens. But
I mean,
it was
believable, and that was in a fast movie. Like they made it explain. It's like, yeah, of course you don't do this. That make the shit explode. I'm just like, Yeah, that'll make the shit explode. Of course you don't do that. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I just don't hope that shit don't happen to me. Like,
hey, look, don't try to lose a race on purpose and you'll be not exploded. Also, the entire time, I must have missed something at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the brother who exploded and he was supposed to be dead. And I was like, okay, so the whole movie until they showed that it was the dad, mm-hmm. I'm sitting here with this hatred in my head. Like, so exploding cars don't kill people anymore. That's just this series where exploding cars just don't kill people. Han didn't get killed. The brother didn't get killed. Lady didn't die. So I'm sitting here like, okay, so explosions don't mean anything unless you're not a main character. Okay, that's fine. That's dumb. I hate you for it. And then it's like, oh no, I wasn't paying attention to something that might have been real plain.
It was real plain, dog.
Like I was just like,
hella talking to Dom, and they did that looking to the back, and you saw Jacob.
I didn't know who the fuck it was. I thought he was just a pit dude. I didn't know he was the Toretto. I really didn't. I must have just not been paying attention for longer than I can admit. I must have zoned all the fucking way out and came back in like, what the fuck is
he
this?
was asleep for the first time. What the fuck am I? Fans! Family.
That's all you need to know.
He just woke up in a fugue state.
Also, if you did not know, cars can save you from fall damage.
As long as Dominic Toretto is behind the wheel, yes.
Yep.
Yes, they can. Dominic Toretto has used a car to save so many people. Most of them Letty, but also his brother in this movie.
He saved Letty like 3 times or twice. Twice in this movie. His brother, fucking... Who didn't he save for the car in this movie?
That man is car foo. Like, he is Iron Man, but with a car. Yes. But no, is that your grade?
Yeah. That's my grade. C+, normal movie. A B minus, B whatever, fast movie.
I'm gonna have to say with everything that I said right here, right now, I think this is a C grade movie. Like, this is literally a mid-tier movie.
Ridiculous.
That's all across the board. I ain't giving it no, grade for the fat. Fuck that. It's just it's a fucking C movie, right?
Yeah.
It is an action movie. I think it is a good action movie because I wasn't bored anywhere at all in this movie. And they made sure that I wasn't fucking bored during this movie. As for where I would put this ranked on my fast list, that's hard because, man, Fate or Furious honestly was just a high point for me, man. Like, when they introduced Charlize Theron and she was controlling cars with magic, I was like, yo, that was
some wild shit.
That was wild. When they fought a submarine, bro, like this fight again, I felt like when they fought a submarine, I was like, that is something. When they fought a submarine and you had the Shaw brothers in the air fighting on that planes, helping a baby, then flying through the air, like, that was all it was just great. And I feel like now we're hitting diminishing returns where this movie is good, but it's just not as hype as like it was. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing that they're probably, again, quote unquote, ending on the next one, because I don't think
it's starting to get hard.
It's starting to get hard. It's starting to get hard to do
for these
this,
niggas
right?
to keep it up.
I don't think they're gonna do like anything as crazy as time travel, because I think they're gonna have to race jets or something like that. Like, that's the next step right there.
Look, all I'm saying is the concept is they have to go really fast. They have to go even faster. Jets, putting a jet on a car or a small jet like a propulsion system on a car isn't good enough. They have to go even faster. Then it turns them back.
Cut to the movie club 10 years from now when Shakis is like, how the hell they go back in time? It just don't make no damn sense.
Nah, they go back in time. Look, the top one, because I need my royalties, they need to go fast forward, and then they gotta go back in time, and that's what I need.
Okay. And then when they do that,
and that's all. I'm just gonna sit there. No, ain't no cuts. It's a smooth wipe. It's a smooth wipe.
Cut to
it's a smooth crossfade.
Hard cut to
crossfade too.
Come here, tearing it apart, piece by Toretto piece. at that point. I can't wait. This is recorded. This is on record right now.
No, they're gonna go Iron Man suits before they do that.
I enjoyed this film. I think I literally just think that's where it stands, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'm honestly more excited for the next Hobbs and Shaw film, which is so far removed from the Fast and Furious series that it's something completely different altogether. Yeah. I am interested to see what was the plot, what the whole thing is going to be for the 10th and probably final, again, quote unquote final film. But we'll see it when we get there. This was a long one, and this is
one that we actually like. So,
you heard what we thought, people. Let's see what the people thought. We got budgets for this one because hashtag Back to the Theaters is happening. With a budget of, again, we got one of them ranges, $200 to $225 million, and it shows this hit $423.7 million. Yeah, I think the theaters are back. I think they are back in full swing. Heck, we saw it in theaters, so yeah. It's and like now
local theater with less than 10 people
for really cheap tickets too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. I like paying that price.
Yeah.
I think it's time to start saying goodbye to movies coming out day and date with the theaters. That was fun for a little bit. It ain't happening no more now.
I don't know about that.
I think so. I truly think so.
I mean, that will be fun if... Have you heard of the Delta variant of COVID-19?
I saw something about that. I haven't read too much into it yet.
Yeah, it is more aggressive than regular COVID. There still aren't like nailed down like how people who are vaccinated will feel from it. So there's still more stages to go on, but it is apparently more contagious and more aggressive.
You want to know what's more aggressive than the Delta variant? The Omega producer. That is like, oh no, we getting the movie. You want to know what's more aggressive than the Delta variant? The alpha consumer who is stupid enough to go out and protest wearing masks.
I mean, people still trying to go to theaters in the midst of this shit.
So
like, I mean, if we get shut down again, which it could be a thing.
If we get shut down, yeah, the shutdown where we still went the fuck outside and normal life looked normal. Yeah, that was crazy. That was real crazy.
I mean, theaters were shut down. We're doomed.
They were shut down. Yes, they were shut down. For a little bit.
Yeah.
For a little bit. And I'm with you 1,000%. I'm here with you, but everything you're saying, we've lived through this and I've saw the results.
Look.
Come on, bro.
Look, I'm just saying, one, I feel like this isn't a big enough return, or if COVID didn't happen, this return would be a lot higher. Like, I still see we're feeling the effects of COVID.
800 million.
But this is
at big enough in COVID times that they're going to use this as the tentpole. The way that they were using this before when it was coming out, you see all the promo with Dominic Toretto. Hey, we love the movies, the popcorn, the concessions. Like, they were using this move. Like, they know their audience and they know that a while. And we're gonna see this when we go to the Rotten Tomato scores, where I'm already foreseeing that at least the audience score is gonna be within the 90s. Right, that is my wager right here. They know that this could be the tentpole for bringing people back into the seats, and then these numbers are just gonna further that. The fact that the Marvel's probably kicking themselves right now that they decided to release Black Widow day and date. Kicking themselves. Like, we could have did them numbers too. Son of a... You want to talk about people getting thrown out of windows. Whoever had bowed to that. To like, guys, we got it. Look, we don't know what this COVID thing is going to do. We have to release Black Widow on Disney+. They're like, all right, Johnson, we'll do it. Looking at him right now.
Fast 9. Johnson.
Just throw this man out a window. I swear to God that happened. Or like that Dr. Evil, like he's sitting in a chair around the conference table. It just opens up. It has sharks. Like I swear, with Mickey Mouse with a cigar at the head of the table. I told you, Johnson. This is my. I know. It's ridiculous. But I absolutely do feel like that. And if it very does come back, kick back strong enough to where it does lead us to being in another lockdown, hopefully a more aggressive lockdown this time where things are actually taken seriously. We are under new administration, so that is a possibility.
I don't see it happening.
Maybe then it will come back, but these motherfuckers are so greedy that they're going to push for anything.
It.
Yeah,
they're
going to look for
what you're saying.
Any excuse. It's ridiculous.
And I mean, you can't argue with these numbers. So,
not these double, man. It made double. That's all they hope for.
Yep.
It's made a profit plus. Nah. In fact, that ain't Fast 10 ain't the last. Fast 10 ain't the fucking last.
Of course it's not. I was right. Let's go.
So we went to the tomato meter. We got these scores with a critic score of 60%.
About as expected.
The audience score sitting at 83%. Mr. Shigismo was correct. I have to begrudgingly agree. He was correct, though.
I'm actually surprised.
I am too.
Like, I mean, I know you're surprised, but I'm like actually like, really?
It's surprising.
Like, y'all love these movies. I know this was like ridiculous as hell, but I mean, it is a little bit more ridiculous.
5,000 plus verified rated, 83. That's insane. I was expecting this to be sitting at like 97, close to 100.
Yeah, because whatever the last movie we watched,
Infinite.
Infinite had like a 97%. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it was crazier than this one.
Yeah. It was basically a glorified Fast and Furious movie in and of itself.
Yeah, I believe you said that.
So it's like this is the straight uncut heroin, but I guess it's the diminishing returns. Like I said, a lot of this movie feels like a repeat. Like a lot of the plot and everything. Like this is starting to feel like you're getting that diminishing returns. The last movie they were fighting a sub. This movie, the end climactic thing is them. They just added magnets. Which, in my opinion, was cool.
It was cool.
But it ain't fighting a sub.
It's not. And one of the things is at the beginning, when they're in South America somewhere, when the bridge is out, he does a thing. Was that just like a booster that he used? Or was it like a magnet or something?
He used his NOS. Wait, who?
Dominic.
Yeah, he used his NOS. Hit the bridge post.
Okay.
It does a hard turn, so instead of the rope coming out, it goes into the wheel, and then he used that. That was another thing. The strongest rope in history.
The strongest rope on the most rickety bridge.
This literally has to be a rope made out of titanium, because that was kind of where it lost. It was hold on for dear life. The moves hold on to me for dear life. I almost let go. Like that was. I was like, I saw this in the trailer. That was crazy. But now seeing it in the movie, I was like,
Did you watch the trailer before you went to go?
I've been rewatching these trailers crazy. I could have said this shit line for line from the freaking trailer. One of the things that was crazy to me from the trailer to the movie was Charlize. I thought Charlize Theron recruited Jacob would have been like a really good reversals. Like it would have proven her to be so stubborn and pigheaded, and to think that she is just this alpha dog, to where it wasn't her plan that failed, it was the pieces in her plan that failed. So instead, trading those pieces, like she said, I should have gotten you sooner. I thought literally the plot of this one was going to be she did get the Nega Dom to use against him in order to get these MacGuffins.
Fuck regular Dom, I'll get other Dom.
But now is pretty much them using her in order to do the things. So I was a little disappointed there. I was like, oh, but they worked it out.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, she came back.
Yeah, and got away to do more villainous stuff. That Saturday morning, she is the Megatron Skeletor. Like, just make this a cart. Oh wait, there's a cartoon. Fast and Furious Spy Racers. Yeah, there's a Netflix show.
I ain't know about that.
Yeah, there's a whole. Yeah, you want to see crazy? Yeah, crazy. The only difference is they have that cartoon thing that suffers where you have shots of the city and there's no one in it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's like the one problem I have with like Spectacular Spider-Man and shit. It's like, yeah, this city it's New York.
It ain't never why is New York I've ever seen. This is New York when COVID shut down.
The city that never sleeps is looking mad sleepy. But anyway, that's what we thought, people. Thank you for listening. Check us out next time. Goodbye.
The world has a way of changing. And we change too. I know some people, they would die for me. There are moments that separate us. They're my family. But we always come back together.
Thank you for listening to another Movie Club podcast, Production 1200's premier podcast. If you have suggestions for movies you want us to see, leave them in the comments below. Check out the short films we have on the page and look forward to what we're making next. If you want more from us or other ways to reach us, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all Production 1200. If you're listening to us on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rate and review. Trust me, it's what your grandma would have wanted. And if you listen to us on other podcast platforms, do the same if you're able to do those things. It's Trady Price signing off. Hear you next time.